organic chemistry, right? And today we are going to talk about polynuclear aromatic compounds, and we are taking the topics one by one. Like in our last videos, we have talked about the structure of naphthalene, and today we are going to talk about the structure of anthracene. My dear friends, understand this, that if we understand and if we know naphthalene, then we know anthracene, we know phenanthrene also. Just to give you an idea how to write it or how to understand it once again, I have taken up this video. Otherwise, it is just copy paste, and you learn this trick from me, because later when in the next semester you will be talking about heteroaromatic compounds also, right? In that also you will have the same pattern of understanding or writing the structure. Once you know how to see the structure, then it is not a rocket science, right? So let us talk about the structure of naphthalene first. Naphthalene. We have already said this in our video, right? That what is the structure of naphthalene. I am just taking a quick revision of that, so that on that revision I can superimpose the structure of anthracene, right? And here also we are going to talk about the same four aspects, that is structure, resonating forms, bond length, energy and stability, right? So let us talk about naphthalene. Remember students, we said that naphthalene is nothing but C10H8, that means it contains 10 carbons and 8 hydrogens, right? And then we said that all the carbon and carbon bonds in naphthalene show sp2 overlap, because all the carbon shows sp2 hybridization. We said that when carbon bonds to hydrogen, it shows sp2s overlap, right? It shows sp2s overlap. Then we drew an orbital picture showing how these sp2 overlaps are there and how the sp2s overlap is there. Then each carbon contains a p orbital, which is like a shape of a dumbbell, and it forms a pair of pi electrons above the plane and below the plane, right? This is all that we have seen in the video on structure of naphthalene, right? So all the p, each carbon contains p, which contains 1 electron each, and they are all required for the formation of a double bond in naphthalene, right? And finally we said that naphthalene, this is the structure. See, this is the structure that we drew, and then we said that these are the p orbitals, right? These are all the p orbitals, and they overlap and they form bonds like these, they form bonds like these, right? And last thing we said that as per Huckel rule, naphthalene is aliphatic because it obeys 4n plus 2 is equals to number of pi electrons, and we said the value of n here should be any whole number. So for naphthalene we took number as 2. So 4 into 2 plus 2 is equals to 10. And how many pi electrons in naphthalene? They are nothing but 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we said that naphthalene is aromatic. Now we are going to take a trick on how to convert this formula for naphthalene into anthracene. Now see how simple and easy it is. See, this is C10H8 because naphthalene contains 10 carbons and 8 hydrogens. What do we know about anthracene? Anthracene contains how many carbons? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So for anthracene, the formula is C14H10, correct? If I want to write it for anthracene, or if I want to visualize, understand it for anthracene, the formula is nothing but C14 anthracene. The formula is nothing but C14H10, right? Now see how we are understanding it. We've just changed the formula. See now. All the carbons are, of course, because they are double bonded, they are all sp2 hybridized. All the bonds between carbon and carbon are sp2-sp2 bonds. All the bonds between carbon and hydrogen are sp2s overlap. All of them, right? All of them. We can write it and explain it like this. All of them, right? It is because of carbon hydrogen overlap. All the carbons contains p orbitals which contain 1 electron each. Let me make the structure here so that you can only visualize anthracene. See, this is my anthracene and all of them contain a p orbital which contains a pi electron and that forms a double bond. Correct? And now what remains is the Huckel rule. Huckel rule says that 4n plus 2 is equals to pi electron, and for anthracene we are not going to take this as 2 but we will be taking it as 3. 4 into 3 plus 2, because Huckel rule says that n should be any whole number. It cannot be an integer. Matlab it cannot be 1.5, 1.7, 2.8. It has to be 1, 2, 3. And please remember students, it is not number of rings. ये तो हमारे दिमाग में आता है कि naphthalene 2 rings, so value is 2. Anthracene 3 rings. No, Huckel rule is not with respect to the rings. It is any whole number. So I am putting value as 4 into 3 plus 2. The answer is 4. 12 plus 2, that is 14. So let us see how many pi electrons do we see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Hence, Huckel rule obeys. So now see how easy it is. If I want to only write or if I want to understand, only what I should be doing is, I should be knowing the structural formula and I should be knowing the value that I will be putting in the Huckel rule. Everything else, whatever I said for naphthalene was the same as that of anthracene. Right? So always remember, please watch video on naphthalene first and then come to anthracene. And we are taking these topics in a horizontal axis. Matlab we have talked about structure of naphthalene. Now right now we are talking about the structure of anthracene. And in the next videos to come, we will be talking about the structure of phenanthrene. The same way we will be talking about reactions of all the three of them, methods of preparation of all the three of them, because there is a huge similarity. आपको अच्छे से naphthalene आता है तो आपको automatically anthracene और phenanthrene आ ही गया समझिए. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.